Today, we're going to take a look under the hood of a local business, Hill Country Road Paving, a contractor based out of Fredericksburg, Texas. We're going to piece together all their public information to see what we can really learn, not just about what they do, but how they present themselves to people like you. Think of it as a blueprint for what to look for anytime you're hiring a contractor. You know, every project starts with a problem, right? And this company, they get right to the point. They're honing in on that classic, all too familiar sight of a cracked, crumbling driveway. It's smart because they're tapping into that feeling we all get, that desire to fix things up, restore some curb appeal, and they're positioning themselves as the perfect solution from the get-go.
So, who exactly are we talking about here? Well, a great place to start is their mission statement. Let's see what kinds of promises they're making to their potential customers.
And there it is. This is the core promise. And we pulled it directly from their Angie profile, complete customer satisfaction. It's a really bold claim, you know? It hits all the right notes, personalized attention, a stress-free experience. This is the ideal, the feeling they want you to associate with their company's name.
And they're not just a one-trick pony either. It looks like their client base is a pretty even mix of residential homes and commercial properties. That suggests they've got the equipment and, you'd hope, the know-how to handle everything from a simple suburban driveway all the way up to a big office parking lot. So, when they say asphalt services, what does that actually mean? Let's break down their specific offerings, which really, they fall into two main buckets. This table gives us a great overview. So on the left side, you've got all the brand new construction, your standard driveways, but also some more specialized stuff like private runways and tennis courts. And then over on the right, you have the all-important maintenance side of things, the essential repair work like filling cracks, patching up potholes, and applying seal coats to make the existing pavement last longer.
And it's not just about creating a surface you can drive on. They also make a point to emphasize the aesthetics, the curb appeal. They're saying that a great-looking entrance can make a huge difference for a home or a business. And they're right. After all, you only get one chance to make a first impression. Now, there's one service they really highlight, something called chip seal. They talk about it as a cost-effective alternative to a full, tear-it-all-out repaving job. So let's dig into what that actually is.
So the best way to think of chip seal is like a protective layer. It's not a full, heavy-duty paving job. Instead, it's a treatment that they apply right on top of an existing surface to help it stand up to the elements. Sun, rain, all that traffic. It's about making it last longer.
The process itself is actually pretty straightforward, at least when you break it down like this. It's a three-step dance. First, they apply hot liquid asphalt. That's the glue. Then they add a layer of gravel, which gives it its structure. And finally, a heavy roller comes in and compacts everything, really embedding that stone into the tar to create a durable, sealed surface.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Now we're going to look at their public-facing profile on Angie. This is where we can find another layer of information and see how they're presenting themselves in one of the biggest marketplaces for contractors out there.
Whoa. Okay, right away this number just jumps off the page at you. 52 years of experience. I mean, that's a long time in any industry. And it's clearly meant to communicate a deep sense of expertise, trust, and, reliability.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Despite claiming over 5 decades of experience, they're brand new to Angie. No reviews yet. So you have this really stark contrast. A business that says it's long established, but it's just now starting to build its reputation in a major online marketplace. And this is a big one. We found a critical piece of conflicting information. On one hand, you have their promotional text that explicitly says, get a free quote now, and it's a complimentary, no-obligation quote. But then, you go to their Angie profile in the FAQ section, and it plainly says, no, Hill Country Road Paving does not offer free project estimates. So, which one is it? This is exactly the kind of thing a potential customer would need to get sorted out right away. The FAQ section gives us a few more quick-fire details. According to this profile, they don't offer warranties, no senior discounts, no emergency services. It also notes they don't have any eco-friendly accreditations. And for payments, it looks like they do accept credit cards. Good to know. Okay, so we've looked at their services, we've seen their marketing, we've dug into their online profile. So what are the key takeaways here for someone thinking about hiring them? Let's try to summarize what we've learned. So here's the snapshot. This is a company with a broad menu of services for both new projects and repairs. They make a point to highlight chip seal as a key offering. They claim a ton of experience, but they're just starting out on a big platform like Angie. And most critically, there's that glaring discrepancy about whether or not they offer free estimates.
Ultimately, this profile really shows us how important it is to look at all the available information before you hire anyone. The claims, the contradictions, the fine print, all of it tells a story. This little dive into one company is a fantastic reminder to always do your homework, and it leaves us with a final and maybe the most crucial question of all. What are the most important things you need to ask to make sure your next big project is a success?